Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the free daily coaching podcast and webinar. Today is June 16th. That's a Tuesday, and it's 2015. It's another beautiful day here at Free Daily Coaching. If you want to join us live and watch us as we're recording the podcast, watch us live through the video feed, you can simply join us over at www.freedailycoaching.com, and you'll be able to sign up for the live webinar feed and actually watch us stream the podcast. The Free Daily Coaching Podcast comes to you Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What we cover here on the Free Daily Coaching Podcast is everything that you need in your home-based business or your small brick and mortar business to take your business online. We talk about social media, we talk about online networking, network marketing, online marketing, and everything that crosses over in between those spaces. Because all of those industries are so intertwined, we talk about subject matter that spans the entire range of those topics. This morning, I wanted to talk about something that I think is a misconception in the industry. You hear a lot of different opinions and a lot of different ideas online, especially if you're using social media. Now, I think we can all agree that there's many different strategies and different methods that are currently working. And so I'm not trying to necessarily poke the sleeping bear or trying to hit the beehive, but let's just be honest for a moment this morning, if that's okay. So if you're listening to the podcast and maybe you're driving home from work, maybe you're spending a few minutes pouring into yourself for some personal development, and you're listening to the Free Daily Coaching Podcast this morning, or maybe you're watching a recording of the webinar of the live video feed over at freedailycoaching.com. Well, I want to go on a little bit of a rant here. And this is definitely my opinion, but I want to kind of expose something and look at something for what it really is. Now, we talk a lot about sharing in the home-based business industry, in the direct sales, in the network marketing. People talk a lot about sharing. And when they say that as if by default it becomes easier because it's simply sharing. And I want to challenge that idea for just a moment. I want to challenge the idea that sharing alone is simply easy, that just sharing by definition is simple or somehow easy. So that's not the case. That is definitely not the case. And I had a question that came in on the podcast this morning and was asking about our free daily coaching sessions that happen weekly for paid members of our coaching program. No, this is the Free Daily Coaching Podcast that happens each morning. It's also broadcast as a hangout. Those membership webinars and coaching webinars are happening on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Eastern, or 4 Pacific. So keep a lookout in your email for those. Remember to go get registered if you do have access to that membership area. If you don't, you can go over to freedailycoaching.com/friends and check out those different coaching services that we have available. So let's jump back. Great question, and happy to get that cleared up for you. Let's jump back and talk about this idea that sharing is so simple. And the reason that I wanted to bring this up is because I had this opportunity. A few years ago to attend a live event. It was like one of the very first internet marketing events that I was able to attend. And in that process, I was able to meet so many people. I was able to meet all of the big players in the space at the time and meet them personally. I was able to go and hang out with them and get photos and pictures at my very first big internet marketing live event. And when I was able to do that, it changed the picture. It changed the dynamic. I got to see that there was real people. One of the guys that I was working with actually was able to get a ticket from someone else, right? And pass that on. And I was able to bring some people out to that event with me the following year, right? So that following year, that next year that I went, I was able to bring some people. Someone was able to get a ticket from someone else and enjoy the experience. I was actually able to bring multiple people out with me. And so that tradition this year has been carried on, and someone had the ability to say, hey, I have this ticket to this event, and I'm just happen to already be going, right? And so does the other individual. And so I'm going to tie this all together and show you guys how it's not that easy to share. So we're talking about a ticket to an event, a general admission ticket that's like a $200, maybe a $300 ticket to the event. And we're talking about being able to go as a VIP and go hang out in the VIP parties, go and mastermind and hang out with all the speakers and all the leaders that are at the event. And that's on top of the general admission ticket. So I think that's like another $400 or $500, right? So I literally went through a group of people yesterday that I was trying to share. I was just trying to literally give away a ticket to this event and VIP and come and, enjoy a weekend. Why? Well, because there was that available, because someone had it available to go and bless someone with, to go and be able to share that with someone. And the reason is because the events have been so powerful for me. They've changed what I'm doing in my business. So the reason that I'm doing a podcast, the reason that I'm talking about it this morning is because you'd think it'd be easy. You'd think it'd be so easy to go and share something. And do I get the semantics, and is there some logistics in the short notice? And absolutely, I totally get that. On the other side of that coin, though, is the opportunity. And when I see opportunity, something that's so amazing like that in my world, I just have to take advantage of that. I have to explore what that looks like. It just makes sense, right? In my world, for me, that just makes sense to me. And so to me, sometimes it's puzzling to me. It's like, wow, really? Like, you were just offered one of the most an amazing ticket, an amazing package, and all you have to do is get to the event and still have difficulty to share that with someone. So I want to challenge the idea that it's just so simple it's always just easy just to share with people, right? Whether it's your business opportunity that you're sharing with people, whether, no matter what it is, what it is that you're sharing, whether it's a product, a service, a training, right? No matter what that is, that's really discouraging on one hand. And then on the other hand, it's an opportunity to look and say, okay, this is a great opportunity to see in times that you have something of value, something to be able to go out and share with others, right? When you have that ability, the sharing seems to come so naturally, right? It's for a lot of people, they just want to go out and give. They want to go back out and share. They want to go out and teach. They want to show others how to grab that success. They want to show what's working. This is the part that's not easy, is some people aren't in the place to receive, right? There's times where people just aren't in the place to receive. There's times where the logistics just don't work out, right? Like maybe the timing doesn't work out. Maybe the finances don't work out for the travel, right? So there's all these other very common challenges or obstacles when you're trying to share something, right? Now, this is really, it's such a great lesson, is the value that you're giving, is that value that you're giving away worth it to the people in your audience. And that's what you'll see. And the crazy part is I did make multiple attempts to share, and it always came down to a logistic, right? It didn't come down to anyone's desire to attend the event. It didn't come down to anyone's desire to participate. It was all logistics. It was all financial obstacles, all time obstacles. It was all these obstacles that didn't, this is the crazy part, the obstacles that did not allow people to be able to accept the gift, right? That didn't allow me to make, like, I thought it would be so easy to share, but the obstacles that stood in the way of that were the same obstacles that people talk about wanting to get rid of on a regular basis. Think about that. Think about how powerful that is. The obstacles that stood in their way of being able to accept the gift are the same obstacles that they're trying to eliminate from their current life, right? The logistical obstacles, these challenges, like the financial challenge, right? People want to be able to have the finances to do what they want when they want. And I'm not talking about, flying to Paris every weekend, unless that's the lifestyle that you want to have. And if that's the lifestyle that you want to have, you could create that. Right. And then the other logistic is the time, right? Well, can I get the time off of work, or can I get the time to be able to actually travel? What will that look like? And it's quick notice, right? And some people just don't have that ability because of some of the commitments that they have in their life. So on one hand, it's frustrating because you see the challenges and the obstacles that people face and that they want to become free from. And then when you give them the tools, right, or the ability to say, hey, this could be something that could help you to get away from those obstacles, to get through, to step over, to remove those obstacles, or just to walk through those challenges are even there, and those obstacles are even there in the process of even actually getting through the challenges themselves. So you can see how it's a frustrating process on one hand, and on the other side of the coin, it's such a freeing process, because when you know that that's the case, when you know that everyone's in a different season in their life, when everyone's in a different time, then you can step through and this is the cool part. This is the good news. This is the solution for this morning's call. When you realize that the beautiful part is then it's not so frustrating. It's not so much of an obstacle or a challenge when you go to share and someone's not there to receive it, because then it's not taken personally, right? Then you don't have to internalize it. Then it doesn't have to do with you, but rather the challenges that other people, the obstacles that others may be having. And that's freedom. That's a freedom, because now you can go out and share, and you can say, hey, listen, I'm just sharing this, and this is for whoever wants it. This is for whoever is ready for it right now. This isn't for me to convince you. This is simply, I'm sharing this with you. And then if this interests you, if the time is right and things are good and this looks like something you'd like to do, here you go. Here's the opportunity. Here's my product or service. Here's the thing that I'd like to share with you. So today on the Free Daily Coaching Podcast, we talked about this challenging idea about how sharing is so easy. But really, is sharing so easy? Well, it could be. It really can be. And it really is. However, I believe that you have to be willing to accept the fact that not everyone is in a place to receive. Not everyone is in a place where they're ready to accept what it is that you have to offer. And some people will never be ready. Some people will never want what it is that you have to share. Why? I don't know. That's just the way the world works, right? There's some people that I'm going to give an example. There's some people that used to smoke cigarettes. And when they quit smoking cigarettes, they tell all of the people that they know that smoke cigarettes about how they quit smoking cigarettes. And some of those people quit smoking cigarettes as well. Some people never do. Why? Why do those people never do? If all these other people are, and they know it's healthier for them and better for them, and these people are trying to share with these other people to that they should not do this, why do some not quit? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. All I know is that different folks have different strokes, right? That's the way that the world works. Different people have different ideas. And sharing, and this is the cool part, when you share it with them and say, hey, this is what I did to quit, if they take it, that's awesome. If they don't, that's okay too. That's their choice. And when you get to that place, then sharing does become easy. Sharing becomes easy because on the back end, there's no expectation. You see, that frustration that I experienced, that I described to you, that bewilderment was an idea that I could show you, a graphical example, if you will, right? An example for you to be able to imagine so that you could relate and say, yes, I've had that experience. Yes, I've tried to do that, so that you could then see that there's another side to it, that there's a freedom, that there's a part that sets you free, that doesn't make you feel chained down to that doesn't make you feel bad to be able to go and share, right? Because it's not about sharing and then rejection. It's about, hey, I'm just sharing. I'm just out there to give what I've received, right? This is what I've got to give to you. So I would suggest that sharing isn't always easy. It could be if you have a different point of view. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you that joined us here on the www.freedailycoaching.com podcast, June 16th, a Tuesday in 2015. We'd like to see you on the next Free Daily Coaching podcast. We'll see you and talk to you then. Thank you for joining us, and come over and visit us at freedailycoaching.com so you can watch us record the podcast and join us live online. We'll see you on the next podcast. All right. For those listening in here on the live webinar feed, I hope I did answer that question, that this is just the Free Daily Coaching call. So the Free Daily Coaching call used to be a live interactive where we were all talking all the time, and I was interacting one-on-one with all of the viewers. What I've done now is opened up the Q&A so that we're videoing while we're recording the daily podcast. So we're actually recording the audio and the video as well. We have the Q&A open for you. And then, yes, we do have the Free Daily Coaching Friends sessions, and those are each and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So go into the freedailycoaching.com, go over to the members area, and you can get plugged into those as well. So thank you for joining us here at Free Daily Coaching. There will be no Free Daily Coaching live call on Friday of this week. There will be a podcast that will be uploaded and a video to the Free Daily Coaching Friends group on Facebook, and I will be sharing it as well. So that will get uploaded and scheduled. So there will be no live call this Friday. So tell your friends there will be no live call, but we will have a special call that's recorded that you will get to hear and watch on Friday morning. So thank you for joining us once again here at www.freedailycoaching.com. We'll see you guys on the next Hangout.